Gemini, hello and welcome to Leaping Lotus Tarot. My name is Addison if you're new here. Go ahead and take a deep breath for me if you would. Ground into the present moment, set your intention for the messages you need to hear. Hit like and subscribe and drop in the comments. It helps get the channel out there and it helps get these messages out there to people who need to hear them. We got one card so far. Let's see what else Gemini needs to hear today. Let's get a feel. And just if you're new to my readings, by the way, it kind of starts off a little slow because I'm building the picture, right? And then as I get these clarifying cards, then you'll know more specifically what this message is for you as the reading continues. So hang in there for the first couple minutes here before it starts really getting going, right? So 3 of Cups and 2 of Swords. This is a decision and collaboration. So that's what I mean. This is a very broad topic to start with, and then we'll narrow it down and get clarity. So 3 of Cups is a collaboration card. It's multiple people. It's people in harmony and getting along and emotionally connected that have some sort of maybe common vision or something that they're working towards. But it's harmonious. Everyone, see how the water's flowing in between all the cups? Everybody's helping each other, everything's working out. But there's a decision. 2 of Swords is like an indecisive energy, or like something needs to be decided. So let's get some clarity, right? Let's see, what is this decision? First off, what needs to be decided? And also there's owls here. So I always like to take into consideration the imagery on the tarot decks as well. It's good to take in the imagery of the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, but also these unique decks that artists make, so that, because there's messages in those as well too that can help bring clarity to your story. So the clarity for the 2 of Swords, I'm like, what is this indecisiveness? What are we talking about here? Wow, we've got more sword energy, possibly a Libra, could be a Gemini or Aquarius. I mean, this is a Gemini reading. So the Queen of Swords, this could be you. This is somebody who's able to communicate well. This is somebody who knows what they want generally. This is a good empowered feminine, but the imagery on this is kind of like this lone solo house. But there is this pretty little garden here. So it's like there could be somebody who sort of likes the simple things, but also likes the beauty of things. And then Justice. This is a powerful major arcana card, and look at the balancing of those rocks on that imagery. So this specifically is a Libra card. So Justice is kind of, I mean, it's what it sounds like. It's the truth of this situation coming to light. It's all of the karma and things that from the past that like have enabled this to become what it is now. Okay. And so to get clarity around this decision, it's kind of more like the clarity of the decision is maybe I'm kind of getting you deciding to be the best version of yourself, or you to recognize yourself in this decision, or okay, let me just get clarity for 3 of Cups so I can kind of figure out what this situation, right, is. So what is this collaboration, or what does this 3 of Cups represent for the listener? 9 of Pentacles. Oh, that's beautiful. This is somebody with a little picnic blanket sitting by the stream. They've got a book. So this is giving a lot of like tranquility, calmness, contentment. Happy with what you've got. Happy with yourself. That's beautiful. So again, this feels very independent. This feels like we got to get involved. We got to ask about these other people, because we have the 3 of Cups and then we have a decision. So there's other people involved in whatever this is, okay? 8 of Swords, 7 of Swords, and the Star. Wow, lots of air coming through this reading. Air is swords, if I didn't clarify that. So with the 8 of Swords and the 7 of Swords, truth will set you free. That's what I heard. And the reason why I think that's so relevant is because there's this bird in this cage, this golden, beautiful bird that's just not able to get out of this cage, but the cage door is open. So that could be the choice, is do you choose to be the best version of yourself, or are you going to fall back into old ways? Are you going to choose the truth? Okay. 7 of Swords is lying, deception, deceit. So it's so crazy that these cards came out together, because this bird is like flying off with the keys. The truth sets you free. I mean, that's as simple as this interpretation can even possibly get. Okay, I'm loving the reading, but I still cannot seem to get clarity for who this has to deal with other than yourself. And honestly though, once your clarity is within yourself, like once you know who you are and what you're wanting and what you stand for, and loving and believing in yourself, and honestly, first of all, it doesn't really matter what other people think, but two, that energy exudes around you and reflects into other people, and you change their day. So that could be all this is saying, is it's like you influence and impact other people by being the best version of yourself, and you make the choice to do that because of that Two of Swords card that we had. What else do I need to touch upon? Please give me guidance about what I need to touch upon that I have not mentioned. That would be helpful to the listener. Anything else? Okay. I might have said Six of Swords and then Seven of Swords. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to say Eight of Swords, but funny enough, these two cards came out again. So we're going to take that topic of the truth sets you free, and we're going to look at these other cards that came out with that in mind. Four of Swords, Eight of Wands in reverse, and the Hermit. You could be afraid to say something because, you know, I was trying to figure out like who this collaboration energy was. I'm like, look, all this Three of Cups and like these other people, like who is this? What's going on? Why is this all about you? Well, the other people might be your hesitation to say something, because the Hermit's like going within and, you know, listening to your own inner world and coming to your own awakening and enlightenment, which is very conducive to what we've been talking about so far. Eight of Wands in reverse, that's where I'm getting the lack of communication, because of the fact that Eight of Wands upright is it's like a speed card. It's something moving in very quickly. I like to kind of think of it as a passion because it's wands, which is fire. But it's in reverse, and some listeners will actually, or not some listeners, some tarot readers will actually say that it's communication that's coming in quickly. So there's not maybe a communication or a lack of quickness towards moving towards this thing. And then the Four of Swords, we've got this little duck with these little geese, and she's like protecting. So maybe something that you're not saying is your way of thinking that you're protecting somebody. And then also Four of Swords, also kind of like a meditation card. It's a going within, it's a listening to yourself, which is very similar to this Hermit card. So there's something that you're not saying. Let's just ask directly, what do you need to say? What do you need to say that is going unsaid? What do you need to say? Another sort of collaboration energy here. Three of Pentacles in reverse. You're afraid to say maybe how you think something will grow, or you're afraid to say of how best it should grow. Because if you look at the butterflies and the bees and the worms, those are all things working together to make this life and this growth possible for these pretty flowers here. So it's like maybe you have an idea for how abundance, these pentacles, how this abundance could come to fruition, but maybe you're not communicating that. But I think you should. I think the advice is that you should, because we have the High Priestess in reverse. And the High Priestess upright is a very intuitive, powerful feminine in the major arcana of tarot. So listen to your gut. I feel like you know you want to become the best version of yourself. And so I think that as you're accepting and discovering that, you're a little hesitant to speak up still. You're still a little doubting of yourself and what you should say or not say. Definitely just speak your mind. Obviously, don't say unkind things, right? But if there's something that'll benefit a situation, like growth, right? Growth and prosperity, I think you should definitely, I mean, obviously Four of Swords, you know, listen, go within first, make sure that you're clear on what it is you're trying to articulate, and then go ahead and do that, because I think that that's, and don't slow down, like don't take a long time to do it either with that Eight of Wands in reverse. You know, make sure you do it in a timely way, because the truth sets you free, right? And it sets other people free. The truth sets everybody free. And your energy is very magnetic, so I think that'll be beneficial to people. I hope you enjoyed that. If this was your reading, drop it in the comments. And as always, I like to say, hopefully we will see you again here at Leaping Lotus Tarot.